Joining us now are Lavanya Ballal Jain of the Congress Party, Sumitra Goenka, who supports the BJP, and Pula Rao, who's a political analyst. Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. Lavanya, to you first. Well, the BJP is saying that law and order is well, we seem to have lost Lavanya for a bit. We're trying to get her. Let me ask Ms. Goenka about this. Ma'am, do you see this episode impacting the prospects of the BJP-JDS alliance in the state? Because, of course, Modi factor is really big in Karnataka as well, but JDS too has its pockets of influence, and 14 seats are to vote on the 7th of May.
Vasudha, first of all, I would like to express my complete disbelief and shock at the nature of the crime. It is absolutely disgraceful and shameful and heinous act. And it has happened in a family of former Prime Minister, Mr. H.D. Devegowda. So this is something which is really shameful, and I'm sure BJP would like to also distance itself from such an act, because BJP is not responsible in any way. It is nothing to do with the alliance, I believe, but it is an act which is done by a certain individual. But at the same time, I think it totally depends upon how JDS actually reacts to the situation and what action it takes on this person. And it also depends upon the investigation. I think a detailed investigation will reveal further facts about the victims and what was done to them, or what the nature of the crime or the gravity of the crime. So we have to wait and watch in this regard. But I heard the Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji speaking, and I saw that he was very strongly condemning these incidents, and he has also raised the question about why was this particular person, Mr. Prajwal Revana, allowed to leave the state of Karnataka when the police had certain evidences and certain videos in their custody. So this is something which is a law and order situation. And the state of Karnataka has to answer about the same to the public. Regarding the alliance, like whether it will stand the test of time, I think BJP will be in a better position to answer there. But it totally depends upon how JDS actually acts here and how BJP acts here in the minds of the people of Karnataka during election time. I think the action will speak more, and the people will react accordingly.
Let me ask this to Lavanya. Lavanya, you know, the BJP is saying that law and order is a state subject, and the Congress should be blamed for not just not expediting the case, because clearly some people knew about what was coming, but also it is suspecting the timing of it. The minister today, the MOS today also said that there's a possibility that the Congress party was sitting on the evidence. What do you have to say?
Well, the world knows. The driver of Prajwal Revana today came out and said that the BJP is aware of the videos since December 2023, but it chose to forge an alliance with the JDS. And not only that, it chose to send the Prime Minister on a campaign trail seeking votes for Prajwal Revana. His words were, every vote for Prajwal Revana is a vote for Modi. You know, Prime Minister has not condemned Prajwal Revana's actions till now, and their alliance is still very strong. We do not understand why the BJP is so defensive. Doesn't the BJP have any responsibility? Today the BJP says, oh, once upon a time, 5 years ago, Congress was in alliance with the JDS. Yes. We didn't know about his criminal activities at that point of time. We are aware of his criminal activities at this point of time, but the BJP chooses to defend Prajwal Revana, and there's no word of sympathy or concern about the, affected women, hundreds and thousands of women whose lives are at risk today. Nobody is talking about that. Amit Shah or Prime Minister Narendra Modi or the entire BJP is talking about, hey, you know what? Congress is responsible for it. They are, like Rajiv Chandrasekhar says, they are not responsible for the actions of JDS, but they are responsible for who they choose to be in alliance with, who they send the Prime Minister to campaign for, isn't it?
They have to be fair, the Home Minister did say today that, the BJP is completely, probe here, and he also talked about, Nari Shakti. So clearly, and JDS was also part of the Congress JDS government at some point, isn't it, Lavanya? So I'm sure there is. Let me ask this question to Mr. Pula Rao. Sir, Kumarasamy today saying that there is a conspiracy to spoil his family name using this issue, and that the objective of some people is not to protect women. And like Lavanya saying that the larger question is about safety of women, right? Politics, of course, is there. There is politics between Revanna and Kumarasamy. There's also politics between Congress and JDS. But what does this mean for H.D. Devegowda, his family, the party that he founded, and of course the future of JDS, sir?
One thing, straight away, let's not trivialize it. Let's not say that this horrendous crime committed by an educated young man from a very famous family. It is shocking what he has done. And to live, shocking. That means your neighbor could be doing these things and you don't know about. And to say that BJP should have done this or Congress should have done that, I think it's a trivial argument and it's unfair to women, unfair to the victim. I applaud the victim who has come forward. It's very rare and rare for a victim to come forward publicly and be shamed for it. Be shamed. I'm saying what I know. They will eventually find more fault with her than with the perpetrator. So let's not trivialize. Second point, as you have said, I don't think, and I may sound a little brazen, this is not going to, no mud is going to stick except on Revanna and Revanna's son, Prajwal Revanna. They will have to face the full fury of law. And if they, fortunately for that gentleman, his election was over on Friday, I think. So the full, as Veera said it, it's a crime, it's a complaint made by a health, that has to be gone in. Did they harass her, did they do that? That is the crime. As Rajiv Chandrasekhar said, videos are not a crime unless they were forced. So let us take that the woman gets justice, and I don't think in the long run, Karnataka is used to, or rest of India has been seeing many of these things.
Right.
Some are not publicized. I don't think much mud is going to stick to Devegowda or Kumarasamy. They have been in many scraps or scrapes before. They have weathered it, and they're standing before us. I don't applaud it, but that's the reality of it.
So that's a very important point. I mean, it's these women have come forward to complain, and like Mr. Pulla Rao says, that there could be many women who have not really complained. And I want to ask this question not just to Ms. Goenka, but also Lavanya. Tell me, like in her complaint, this woman claimed that Mr. Revanna and Prajwal used to sexually assault women workers in their homes. The police has registered cases in IPC sections which are very serious, including criminal intimidation, stalking, and of course outraging the modesty of women. These are very serious allegations. What kind of impact does this have on women aspiring to have a career in politics, or even for that matter, anything to do with politics? Lavanya.
Very, very valid question, Vasudha. It's terrifying. Every woman in politics right now is viewed with suspicion. In a society which does not really appreciate women who are very outgoing, who are part of politics and all of that. Not everybody. There's a section of the society which does not like very strong, opinionated women. It's very tough, Most of the women who come out and work, like I've heard, there have been 6 attempts of suicide among these women, possibly who have come in contact with Prajwal Revanna. There's one woman who's been thrown out of her marital home. So it makes it very difficult for women to come into politics. It becomes very difficult for women to become policy makers. And everybody will be viewed with that ugly lens, or maybe with suspicion, and not the due dignity that they deserve. That's very unfortunate. That's the backlash of this incident. But I think, Vasudha, like you said earlier, the main concern for all of us should be these victims. They deserve justice. They deserve safety. I think that should be of utmost importance for everyone.
Okay. Sumitra, would you agree with Lavanya on this? And there is something very important that Mr. Pulla Rao said, that there is a need to go beyond politicking on matters related to offences against women, because these are women that we talk about, and there is a need for political parties to understand the sensitivities involved and look at this as a crime, not really a way of getting back at each other. What would you have to say?
Yes, I think, if you look at several political parties today, we are seeing people who have been exploiting women. Now, of late, we have seen the incidents of Sheikh Shahjahan in West Bengal, where the TMC office was used to call people and exploit them at wee hours or odd hours at night. We have seen that Congress recently have given the Rajya Sabha MP ticket in Himachal to a person who was caught caught in a video doing some bad acts. So there have been several instances across parties. I don't say that there are such people are not existing in BJP also. So I think more and more political parties have to come together here and address this issue. And instead of politicking and instead of raising fingers on each other and counting things and scoring points here, it is more important that we have more women participating in politics and policy making space and make a safe environment. And I'm glad that Prime Minister Modi has brought in the women reservation bill, which will ensure more women participation.
Right.
But
Like Pula Rao says, it's important to empower the women, the few women who actually come up and speak and not politicize this issue, look at it as a crime and just focus on the investigation part of it. So even as parties blame each other for sitting on evidence, this matter looks like it will keep escalating at least till Karnataka concludes its polling on May 7. Thank you all of you for joining me on this discussion.